All right, so today's session and stuff is going to be about setting up your environment, which is probably top priority when you actually begin to start trading and stuff, is setting up your environment. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what's needed to get started, mobile apps for trading, how to buy cryptocurrency, how to store it, how to send it, how to receive crypto, and securing your crypto from hackers, which is obviously incredibly important. When the last thing you want to do is go through all the hard work of getting crypto, and then next thing you know, it's being taken away from you. The first thing when you're trading and stuff in cryptocurrency, the first thing we need to do is to on ramp. And what is on ramp is basically taking your fiat, which is your US dollars, and preparing to go into the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Now, most banks are obviously, everything is electronic now, and they have their electronic features and stuff. But the an on ramp exchange, as examples of that would be Coinbase, Kraken, Coinbase Pro, Cash App, Crypto.com, and Gemini. These are some of the major American companies and stuff that you can utilize to on ramp. And what, again, on ramp is the concept of your bank, whether it's Citibank, Bank of America, connecting your bank account to your cryptocurrency exchange so you can begin to fund and do transactions. So that's the first thing that you have to do, is to get to establishing an exchange that you're going to work with, and to make sure that you can connect your bank to that particular account. Now, Coinbase, one thing that I like about Coinbase is that they have this feature and stuff. It's called Learn to Earn, where once you do have an account there and you begin to active and stuff, they have this feature and stuff that for new folks and stuff who are just learning, gives you the ability to answer questions to basically get free cryptocurrency, which I think is incredibly cool. And it's really easy and stuff. It's usually like 3 or 4 questions, and it may be a new cryptocurrency that's coming to market on Coinbase and stuff, and it's a way for them to promote that new particular currency. And in addition to that, it gives you the ability to learn about it and to learn about that particular protocol. And every time you get an answer right, you can get a fraction of that particular cryptocurrency. So that's the one big major thing that I like about Coinbase, is that educational feature, the ability to learn and earn. I think is really cool for new people who are coming in. But on the flip side, in regards to trading and stuff, they have really excessive, I believe the fees and stuff are really high on Coinbase, but everybody's got to start somewhere. But if you are on Coinbase and stuff, I would highly recommend to transition to Coinbase Pro. Why? Because the fees are a lot less, and there's a lot of the filters and bells and whistles and stuff that you can do on there to help you save money, and basically you begin to trade more like a pro for Coinbase Pro. But everyone's journey and path is different, so you have to start somewhere. And obviously Cash App, you can use Cash App as well. Everyone knows about that. It's very popular, connecting to your bank. And now Cash App, you can utilize that to buy Bitcoin with your cash on your Cash App. And the other two are Gemini and Crypto.com. Again, these are what we call on ramps. And so, does anyone have any questions about on ramps? Next thing is wallet. So wallets are important and stuff, because as soon as you get your cryptocurrency, the next thing you need to do is store it somewhere. And where are you going to store it at? In the there's the wallets and stuff. Some of the brands are called MetaMask, Coinbase. In addition to it being an exchange, they also have a Coinbase wallet, which is separate. And you have Trezor, you have Ledger and stuff. And there's 2 different kinds of wallets. You have hot and cold. Hot storage and stuff is basically on the website, where or just anywhere on the computer or on your phone and stuff. That's what we call hot storage and stuff, where your wallet is on your phone. it's on your desktop or it's on someone else's server and stuff. That's hot storage. Cold storage is when you actually are saving your cryptocurrency on a thumb drive. So you're plugging your cryptocurrency into your laptop, into your computer, and you're connecting it with any exchanges and stuff online. So that's hot and cold. Any questions regarding wallets? All right. And so the next thing is crypto banks and stuff. I believe in our last session, someone had inquired about a bank loan, the ability to utilize their Bitcoin to do a collateralized loan, which is very popular. And one of the cool things about cryptocurrency is that you can do loans extremely quickly, just literally in a matter of minutes. So you can borrow money in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, as long as you have the collateral. And some two popular banks and stuff are Celsius and Nexo. And like everything, there's pros and cons of everything. One of the great things about banks is that they, similar to your regular USD banks and stuff, Bank of America, Citibank, is that the unfortunate thing is that they have control of your money. When you put it into Celsius or Nexo, you're basically putting it into their control. And for whatever reason, or something happens, the laws change, whatever, you could lose access to your money by putting it on in Celsius or Nexo or any other bank. So that's the sort of the downside of storing it into a bank, that you don't have control of it. One of the positive things is that they usually offer a pretty decent rate, better than what you would get on your bank account in Citibank or Bank of America, where they're paying like 0.01%. Celsius Nexo, they could pay 6, 7, 8% based on what kind of currency you put in, that you could actually earn on your money. So that's one of the cool things about putting it into a crypto bank. The other thing is offshore trading apps and stuff. Now, but in order to utilize them, you're going to need a VPN, a virtual personal network. And the reason why is because as a U.S. citizen, you're not supposed to be trading on foreign exchanges and stuff. And those are United States government rules that are highly, heavily enforced by the U.S. government, and these companies and stuff, they abide by them because they don't want the United States federal government coming after them. So they are very strict about U.S. citizens and stuff utilizing these exchanges and stuff. And when you really think about it, like the real gang and stuff is the United States government, and how they are governing things is with guns and the enforcement. We have a big army and stuff. And just think, these are exchanges that are located in many different places around the world. And the United States government specifically tells them that they cannot have Americans as customers. So how do they know American customers? It's through your IP address. So when you go to that website, they identify you as a U.S. citizen, and they quickly tell you, they can't do business with you. So to circumvent that, you need a VPN. So in your VPN, you can disguise your location by saying that you're in Cyprus, you're in Thailand, you're in Kathmandu in Nepal, you're in Russia, wherever. You can basically say wherever that particular exchange is allowed to do business with those particular citizens. So that's what those exchanges, the first thing that's needed is a VPN. Now, why those exchanges are important? Because those are the exchanges where when coins first come to market, it usually comes to these particular, not just these, but there's quite a few other exchanges or offshore exchanges and stuff. So when you hear about people making 5x and 10x in their money and stuff, and 100x, these are the places where they are buying and selling primarily those currencies on these particular exchanges, because they're like basically getting in early, getting in first. By the time those same coins come to Coinbase, it's kind of like they've grown, they've matured a little bit, and you're going to still see growth from Coinbase, but crazy money is going to be made when it's on KuCoin, and it's on Binance, and it's on OK Exchange. That's when you want to see that 10x, that 20x, or that 100x. When it gets to Coinbase and stuff, you'll see it grow over time, and you're going to make your money and stuff on Coinbase. But those altcoins and stuff is, you got to go offshore. That's where you go to make that kind of money. Any questions, guys? So far, as any questions? And below here, I'm sorry.
Nothing in the chat.
Okay. So below here, we got crypto news apps. These are some other apps and stuff that are really important and stuff. When you begin to start trading cryptocurrency and stuff, you want to be up and stay up on the news and stuff. These are some apps here and stuff that are really good for just kind of being on top of the news. These are apps and stuff that you can download and put on your phone. Cointelegraph, CoinMarketCap are probably the two biggest ones, and Decrypt is also pretty good as well in regards to your news source. Medium is a platform where basically people just blog about almost any and everything. But how does that pertain to crypto and stuff? That a lot of developers and some of the lead guys on these particular crypto projects and stuff, when they write about their protocol, they're going to usually post it, do a blog, and they're going to write something, and they're going to post it on Medium. So Medium is a place and stuff where you can go to see if there's any particular protocol, meaning your cryptocurrency that you're interested in investing in. This is a place that you would go to see if there's been anything written about it. Another thing to be on top of is global economic calendar and stuff. When there's economic data coming from the United States government, it's always important to be abreast of what news and stuff is coming to market. They usually drop data and stuff, usually 8:30 a.m. during the weekdays, Monday through Friday. Usually Monday is not usually a data day. It usually starts Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you have the unemployment, which is the first Friday of the month, the unemployment rate. And every Thursday is the jobless claims and stuff. So those are just a few things and stuff that you want to kind of be on top of, because that can impact cryptocurrency, of how cryptocurrency going up or down. These are some factors and stuff that you would utilize as tools and stuff for your research. Crypto social media. Some apps that are really important in the crypto ecosystem is Reddit. Again, when there's particular currencies and stuff that you're interested in, you want to go on Reddit, type that particular currency in to see if there's a subreddit of folks who are also invested in that particular currency as well. You just want to get a feel for the vibe of like what people are talking about on that particular currency and stuff that's being invested in and stuff. Some people may also have some inside information, or you could just get a full sentiment of like what people are talking about. People bullish, are they bearish? Is there something that came out in the news and stuff that are people are concerned or alarmed about? And of course, Twitter too. So Twitter is a place where, when you begin to invest in particular cryptocurrencies, the developers as well as the founders who are the head honchos on that particular currency and stuff, you want to be following them on Twitter and stuff so you can stay up to date with any new developments, any new releases, and just anything about that particular currency and stuff. You want to stay on top of that. And Telegram, they usually may have a Telegram where they are become sort of a chat group about that particular protocol. And they have their own Discords as well. So when you begin to make your investments in particular cryptocurrencies and stuff, like this is part of the work right here, is your research and stuff of staying on top of that particular asset of what's going on socially. Some of the other tools and stuff that I would highly recommend that you use is Notion, or just some kind of app and stuff where you can utilize to take notes, so you are up to date and aware of what's going on, and you're keeping notes of it so you don't forget like about certain things, but you just kind of jotting down your notations and stuff, and you just kind of organizing. And another thing that's really important that you're going to need is TradingView. TradingView is an app and stuff that you utilize on your desktop to pull up your chart and to see what it is, how a particular cryptocurrency is trading, and looking at support and your resistance, and just doing your whole analytics to determine if that's a particular asset that you're interested in investing in. Another app and stuff that's pretty popular is Crypto Bubbles. And that just gives you a snapshot on an hourly basis, on a weekly basis, how your altcoins and stuff that you're invested in are doing. And you can just click on them and you just can kind of get a snapshot of how those particular assets are doing. And another one is Crypto Watcher. It's an app and stuff where you can kind of create a watch list of all the assets that you're invested in. And you can kind of just have your portfolio on your phone. So while you're mobile and taking care of other things, you can still look and see how different assets and stuff are doing. Then, any questions?
There are none in the chat, but I did pose a question to everyone if they were clear on what bullish and bearish meant, and I only got one yes. So I'm not sure if those terms may require a little further defining. Okay, I see further answers coming in. So I have 2 yeses. Okay. Perfect, I have 4 yeses.
Okay. All right, so yeah, so bullish is basically when you're looking at a chart, and when you see the trend line, when you follow and you look at a chart and you see the trend line and that data and stuff is moving up to the right, that's a sign that that particular asset is bullish. And if it's going downward, that asset is bearish. And again, but it also sometimes it also depends on which time frames and stuff. Some people can look at, that's why you look for confluences as well. You just don't utilize one thing, but if you're looking on time frames, if you're looking on an hour time frame and it looks bullish, well, you should probably also check the 4-hour as well as the daily as well, just to kind of confirm what it is that you're seeing. One thing that you always want to do is that when in doubt, zoom out. Like if you just are someone who just always trades on an hourly time frame, where you trade on a 15-minute time frame and stuff, and you're beginning to get confused and you're not sure of how things are moving and stuff, well, then you zoom out. Then you start looking at 1, 2 time frames up, so you can get a bigger picture and to confirm if the market is indeed bullish or bearish.
Odin has a question. Has his hand raised.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. I came on a little bit late, but I think you might have mentioned this earlier, but what were some of the things we should look out for when deciding to, trade? Like, what are some of the things we should research?
Well,
oh, shoot.
Again, I mean, the what kind of cryptocurrencies are you referencing?
Really, also, I'm pretty familiar with cryptocurrency, but I kind of want to see like what you.
Okay, well, we haven't gotten to well, if you want to talk about altcoins and stuff, we haven't gotten to that, but that is part of the class and stuff, which is pretty intense in regards to the due diligence that you would go through and stuff. But from top to bottom and stuff is looking at who's involved in those particular projects, meaning the developers, the founders, and what backers and stuff that they have, going on the GitHub, seeing how many people are actually working on building the project. Is it just 2, 3 people, or do they have like a squad or a gang of like a dozen, 15 or 30 developers working on that particular project? Also, you look at the community, some of the things, I mentioned stuff, you look on their Twitter and their Telegram to see how many people and stuff have adopted that particular protocol already, and is it actually being utilized, or are they actually developing it? What phase of it is it in? Is it sort of just still in the infancy phase, or test net, or is it on the main net? Are they actually building it out? And also, where is it being traded at? You know, is it just being traded on Uniswap, SushiSwap, or is it on some of the main exchanges? But we definitely were going to go over that in a future class in more detail.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure.
Before you jump back in, there are 2 questions in the chat. One from AB. It says, hello, when are free? It was mentioned that a couple of articles were dropped in the Discord. Where would we find these, please?
In the yes, in the assignments, there's a channel in the Discord labeled assignments. The articles and stuff should be there, as well as general too, maybe.
Okay, perfect. The other question says, can you explain the offshore slide again? At the end is fine.
Okay, so so the whole offshore trading app part.
The slide for offshore.
Okay, yeah. So those are just some examples of offshore trading central exchanges that you can utilize to buy and sell cryptocurrency. But because I assume everyone's here is a U.S. citizen, so in order to utilize them, you're going to need a VPN. And the reason why is because as a U.S. citizen, you are prohibited from trading on those particular exchanges. So you need a VPN so you can basically circumvent and disguise yourself as being located in another country.
That's all from the chat that I see.
And I hope that I answered. I want to make sure I answer everyone's questions. So if they could let me know if that question was answered correctly, or do I need to elaborate more?
That's it so far.
Okay. All right, so how to buy cryptocurrency. So there's 3 main types of crypto exchanges. We talked about one, which is the using fiat on ramps. And those, some of the examples of that was Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini are examples of on ramps, where basically these are US exchanges that are connected to your bank that allows you to bring your US dollars into the crypto ecosystem. The other is the offshores, which is crypto to crypto. As I mentioned, some of those offshore companies, exchanges and stuff, in order to do business on there, you need to have crypto. Like, you can't exchange because they're prohibited from using US dollars on those exchanges. So you have to come there with crypto. So when you do trading on these foreign exchanges, you need to have Bitcoin. You need to go there with a stable coin like USDC or Tether or DAI in order to do transactions and stuff. So those are crypto to crypto exchanges. Another kind of exchange are peer-to-peer, which is something like Paxful, but those are more popular, not really in America, but for like more so in developing countries and stuff where they may not have access to banks that do on-ramping. So there's a company called Paxful where people are actually able to buy and sell. It's kind of like, think of like utilizing Craigslist to basically buy and sell crypto from another person. And actually that particular platform is sort of the intermediary or the escrow holding the particular crypto and stuff. So there's no counterparty risk. How to store, send, and receive crypto. We went over some of this already. How are you going to store it is that you need a wallet, whether it's going to be a hot wallet or a cold wallet. Again, some hot wallets are like a MetaMask, some and Coinbase also has their own wallet. And cold storage and stuff, they have like there's a brand like Treasure or Ledger, and there's many others out there that I would encourage people to research and to use to store your crypto. So those are two main different types of storage: your hot and your cold storage.
Okay.
All right. Is there any questions?
I don't see any more questions or anyone with a hand raised. So
Okay.
good so far.
All right. So crypto wallets and stuff. So when you are looking and just trying to decide what kind of wallet you have, you should be considering, well, what's your lifestyle like, and when will you need to utilize your wallet and stuff. So you have wallets and stuff that are compatible, that are software related, that you will be able to pull up utilizing that particular company's software. You have online wallets, which are something that would be a part of an online banking company, like I mentioned, like Nexo or Celsius, which are online banking wallets. And then you have desktop wallets, which is something that would be your wallet literally on your desktop in your browser that you can utilize, like a MetaMask. And then you have wallets that are mobile, that are literally like mobile apps that you click on your phone, and you can utilize it on your phone. Now, some actual wallets and stuff have multiple features that you can utilize them on 2 or 3 of these different kinds of wallets. 3 of these different kinds of platforms. And then you have the hardware wallets, like we just talked about, which are cold storage, where your cryptocurrency is actually stored on a thumb drive. These are some popular wallets and stuff. There's many out there, but you have Ledger, Trezor, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, Electrum, MyEther Wallet, and Exodus. But there's many out there. I would encourage everyone to kind of do their due diligence to determine which kind of wallet kind of works for them based on their needs. Securing your crypto from hackers. This is obviously incredibly important. You hear about it all the time of people getting hacked and basically losing your money. Keep in mind that exchanges are just that. It's a place to go to exchange your cryptocurrency, where you go to buy, where you go to sell. Don't think that your cryptocurrency is secure by just, quote, leaving it there indefinitely. You should be looking to put your cryptocurrency somewhere safe if you're not trading on an ongoing basis. And where something safe is in your wallet, whether it's going to be a hot wallet or a cold wallet. But exchanges, they get hacked. And whether it's an inside job, 1, or 2, whether somehow you leak your own personal information and someone got access to your credentials and was able to go in that particular exchange and take your crypto. Another thing is social engineering, which is just phishing attacks. And we hear about this again all the time of clickbait. You got to be careful, whether it's your emails, your text messages, like who you're communicating with, and new sites and stuff that you're going to. Check in the browser to make sure that that site is essentially real and not a phony site that you're going to. Network hacks. These are something that happens when someone can actually come into your network on your IP address within your house on your particular network and see what it is all that you're doing on your particular network, on your IP address, and basically stealing your personal credentials and utilizing them to go on those particular exchanges that they see that you are frequenting because they know where you go on your particular IP address. Phone hacks. You hear about this again all the time, where SIM swaps is so much easier now than ever before, where people basically impersonate you. They get your phone number and they're able to go to a carrier and basically tell them things, your name, your this, your that, and basically get a SIM swap where they just basically have a phone that's cloned like your phone, and they got all your apps, and they're able to do all the things that you do on your own phone. And next thing you know, your account's getting wiped out. So these are things and stuff that you have to look out for. Some things that I would highly recommend to do is get a separate email address. It's just totally dedicated to crypto currency. Something like a Proton Mail, or there's another company, Templar, which is like an Iceland company, that you can go and get an email address. And again, you don't give it to anyone. And all you do is utilize that email as your credential for any kind of trading or security cryptocurrency stuff that you're doing. And on here, I just have, you can utilize this website, and you can type in your email, and it's called Have I Been Pawned? Some of you guys may have heard about it before, and you can just see if your information is out there on the dark web. There's so many people that get access to your data, and they just like sell it on the dark web. But another thing also that I would highly recommend is just try to keep a real low profile lifestyle and stuff. Once you get into the business and stuff, when you start promoting and talking about all the great things you're doing in cryptocurrency and this, that, and the third, and then you got all your profile information out there, well, then that's how hacks happen. I mean, think about it. People can't hack what they don't know. They need to be incentivized. They're not just going to be hacking random people. They're going to be hacking someone where they know that has a substantial amount of money that they have a high possibility of taking from. So, you just don't want to like encourage or incentivize someone to rob you. Any questions?
No questions are in the chat, and I don't
Okay.
see any raised hands.
We got additional security required by some apps. So once you do get onto these apps and stuff, one thing and stuff that you're going to need, well, many things that you're going to need to do is get a Google Authenticator, which I would highly recommend. But nevertheless, some of the apps and stuff, if you decide that you want to do some trading in these offshore companies and stuff, you're going to need a Google Authenticator, which is just downloading on your phone. And you're going to need that to anytime you want to enter inside some of these apps. An example like Bybit, Kraken, and Binance is to name a few. Some of the emails that I had talked about, encrypted email accounts dedicated to conducting crypto transactions, was Proton Mail, and Templar is something that I mentioned, which is an Iceland company. And your browser, you may want to decide that you want to use a particular browser whenever you are doing crypto transactions. You can use Brave, or you can use a VPN, which is something that we just talked about. Another thing that I would highly recommend everybody to do is, and this is kind of like a sidebar situation, is your local library, to get a library card and order books online. There's going to be things and stuff I'll mention, and just books and stuff to books that you should read or to get information and stuff. But all this stuff is free. I mean, I would never encourage you to do anything or buy anything, something that you have to pay for. And I'm gonna never drop any referral links and tell you to, oh yeah, you need to use this. And by the way, here's a referral link, so I kind of get something from it. I'll never do anything like that. So I just encourage you guys, if you have it, to get a free library card wherever you're located at. Why? Because books are free. And now these days you can actually order books and just go in, do a pickup. And now they even have drop boxes where you can drop off books when the library's not even open. So I would highly encourage you guys to do that. And also just really utilize Google. You'd be surprised at how much information you get off by just like Googling. So these are just kind of like some tidbits and stuff of things and stuff that I would highly recommend you guys to do. So is there any questions? And again, we put that glossary in the Discord. And some other things and stuff that I'm going to drop in there is just the Ethereum white paper. And I'm going to down on that list of apps and stuff just so you guys can have it and you can do your research and cross-reference and see which ones that you're interested in doing, downloading on your phone. And introductions on Discord. Again, when the class is over, I highly recommend you guys just jump on Discord in the introduction section and just introduce yourself. You know, just say a little bit about your crypto journey, about where you are and what are you looking to get out of this, being a part of the DApp Kings. And again, maybe just something, a hobby or interest that you have. And then based on, you know, common factors and stuff, again, maybe we can utilize that to build out a channel. If we find that there's a decent amount of people that are interested in a certain thing, can create a channel and stuff so I can begin to go in there and talk. That's how this thing is really going to work and people get the most benefit out of it is by social engagement with the Discord. So in addition to, again, teaching, as I mentioned on Tuesday on the first day, just going back on what the goals are. One is education. Two is just being an investor that can do your own research. And the third is like creating a community. So when this is all over, the end of next month, the objective is that we are still in touch with folks and people may have questions about certain things and they can go in the Discord, drop a question, and maybe everyone's going to learn at a different pace and have different knowledge. Maybe when your comrade can answer it. If not, I'm there as well. You know, I'll be dropping answers and helping people out as well.
Malik, Odin has another question. You can unmute yourself, Odin.
Got it. Thank you. I just wanted to also know, what are some things that you look at when you're considering maybe taking profits?
Well, that's a good question and stuff. I mean, just as a general rule of thumb, when it comes to taking profits, well, first of all, you always want to know where you enter that on a trade and stuff. And whenever you enter on a trade, you should also have an idea where you want to exit at. And so that's basically determining where you're going to take profit is also determined, predicated on where did you enter the trade at. So wherever you enter the trade, you should have in your mind, you know, I'm going to enter it when it gets to this particular price. I'm going to enter it when it goes up this particular percentage and stuff. But everyone's trading strategy is different. Depending on where you at in your journey and stuff, I would highly recommend that, again, not financial advice, but you want to grow your bag first. And once you grow your bag and stuff, and then you begin to take profit on a frequent basis. But as a general rule, what people in the business say, you buy the dip and you sell the rip. So, whenever time you see the market is down on those particular currencies that you're interested in, that's when you should be buying, when there's a bunch of red on the screen, when all of crypto and stuff is down, that's the best time to buy. And when you see that your particular crypto is at an all-time high, well, that's probably a good time to be selling it, to take your profits and stuff. So that's as a general rule. You buy on dips, and then when it's hitting the all-time highs or in that all-time high range, that's when you want to be selling as a general rule.
I don't see any more questions in the chat.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions for this evening's content? I see no hands, nor do I see any questions in the chat, Malik.
Okay. Well, also Sunday, we're going to reserve Sunday afternoon and stuff. That I'll, I guess over the next couple of days and stuff, I'll put a link, or maybe just inquire, or maybe the first one I'll just commit to being there on Twitch for, whether it's 30 minutes or maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, just kind of answering questions and stuff. to see how many people are have questions over the next couple of days and stuff. You know, after one we drop a few assignments and stuff in the Discord and stuff. Maybe I'll just be available on on Sunday at 1 o'clock and stuff. I'll make sure I post that, and people can and we can actually talk about anything, any and everything. In the class and stuff, we're trying to keep it structured so we don't go off different tangents and stuff, and trying to keep it, you know, strictly on pace and stuff at a pace and also material and stuff that I think is conducive to actually learning. But on Sunday and stuff, I wanted to utilize that as an opportunity to talk about anything as it pertains to crypto, or maybe some people may have career questions about pursuing a job in the industry, or just questions that may be more relevant to their personal situation and stuff.
There's a question in the chat, Malik. Were there any book titles shared? I don't believe so.
Not yet, but I intend as we progress and stuff to drop some book titles and stuff in there, and that's why I want to encourage you guys to have a library card, because I wouldn't expect you guys to go out and buy any books when you can get them from the library for free.
Oh. So there's another question. When will this video be shared? I'm going to say, give us a couple of days to do some editing, and Malik will probably put a link up in Discord.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I'm going to say, but what matters is what Malik says.
Yeah, we'll do that once we kind of, I guess, edit it and compress it down and stuff, and go back and look it over. Yeah, we can do that and drop a link or something, have some kind of depository where folks can just kind of go and see the past videos. I think that'll be cool.
Yes,
especially for people who may have missed it.
Mm-hmm. Andre has his hand raised. You can unmute yourself, Andre, and ask your question.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
On the first slide or second slide, you mentioned crypto bank and the interest that they give on your deposit. I think it was like 8%. Is that a common strategy for people who purchase crypto to buy it and just store it in the bank for the return, the 8% that you mentioned?
Yeah, it's well, I guess it all depends on where you are in the crypto journey, one, but more importantly, where you are in your risk tolerance. That's probably one of the safest things to do to start off. Again, not financial advice, but it's just one of the safest ways to enter into the cryptocurrency ecosystem is with stable coins, where you take $100 or $1,000 US dollars, you have a Coinbase account, and you do a transfer, and then you go on an exchange and you buy DAI stable coins, or you buy USD stable coin, or you buy Tether, and you take that $1,000 USDC stable coin, and then you send it to a bank like Celsius or Nexo, and you just let it sit there, and you don't have to worry about the trading price going up or down. You lost 20%, and you lost 10% last week, and then another 20% is going to zero. You don't have that is totally eliminated, and you'll just get this rate of interest, and it's usually pretty attractive rate, 6, 7, 8% on that money. And the cool thing about it is most of them do payouts on a weekly basis, and some even do payouts daily. And you got others that you'll see your money literally accumulating per second on the screen constantly on some of the DeFi protocols and stuff. So to answer your question and stuff, I would say based on what your risk tolerance is and also you can just kind of make that as a part of your trading strategy, where you may your long-term and stuff, you have a certain amount that's going to be sitting in the bank earning X amount of interest, and then you have another portion of your monies and stuff that you're actually trading with, a trading bag, and then you have a treasury that you're using that you don't trade on a regular basis, but just store it somewhere, whether it's in a hot wallet, cold wallet, or on a bank exchange. But remember, one last thing about banks and stuff, the downside of banks is that, there's a saying, no keys, no cheese. Well, and that's another thing I forgot to mention is that when you do get these wallets and stuff, you're gonna get a phrase, there's a 12-word phrase. Some of them even have 24-word phrases where that's actually your key to your wallet. And if you lose it, you lose access to your wallet. In the crypto world, it's literally, the wild, wild west and stuff. There is no regulations. There is no, even Coinbase, which is a company that's traded on the New York Stock Exchange, you can't even get anybody on the phone, at Coinbase if you got issues or problems or situations. Like, people just communicating, through emails and through chat, these autobot chats. And so that's the kind of communication if you're lucky to get that. But again, whenever you when you have a wallet and stuff and you lose your keys, like that's it. It's just gone. So, you want to be mindful of whenever you have your wallets and stuff to put your keys in a safe place. But the thing is that when you put it into a bank, they have control of it. God forbid, like something happens with their regulations or they get hacked or whatever, you're basically putting your money in the hands of that particular bank. So, there's a saying, no keys, no cheese. So you always want to have control. And that's what's part of that. When you look at the big picture, that's what this is really all about, is just sovereign wealth, to have that kind of financial freedom where you're able to do any and everything with your own money at any time and stuff. But again, sometimes, your trading strategies kind of change over time, or you make adjustments and stuff, but just try to weigh the pros and cons of at every phase and step of the way. And another thing I want to mention is that when you do begin to trade and stuff, never have all your assets all in one location. Again, because the industry is just so unregulated that if something does happen, you don't want to just be totally wiped out. So as you grow your bags and stuff, you want to cut them up and have them stored in different places, and you want to use multiple exchanges and stuff because God forbid if something happens and stuff, you just don't want to be totally wiped out.
And on that note, if there are no more questions for this evening, please stay tuned to the Discord channel, and we look forward to seeing you on Twitch during the Ask Me Anything session, Sundays around 1 p.m. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good one.